Welcome to Hero Villains. What do you think about Supergirl versus Jane Thor when the sunlight of Krypton confronts the thunderous power of Asgard? Supergirl, whose real name is Kara Zor, is the cousin of Superman and one of the last survivors of the planet Krypton. Sent to Earth to protect Kal-El, she arrived later than expected and had to learn how to adapt to a completely unfamiliar world. Under the yellow sun, Kara's Kryptonian body absorbs energy and grants her power far beyond human standards. She possesses super strength, capable of lifting entire continents, speed comparable to lightning, the ability to fly through space, heat vision, and an icy breath. Jane Foster, in the role of Thor, is chosen to lift the enchanted hammer, Mjolnir. Once a courageous doctor battling illness, Jane proves herself worthy of the power of the god of thunder. When transformed into Thor, she controls lightning, commands the weather, opens teleportation portals, and wields divine strength equal to the gods of Asgard. Before we go deeper into the analysis, please press the subscribe button and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much. Kara Zor, known as Supergirl, was born from the ashes of the planet Krypton. From childhood, she never had a normal life. The daughter of Zor-El and Allura, and the cousin of Superman, Kara grew up in the strict atmosphere of a world on the brink of destruction. Her father sent her to Earth in a spaceship with the hope of preserving the last light of his family. Upon arrival, Kara was adopted by the Danvers family and took on the identity of Kara Danvers. She became the protector of Midvale and later National City, standing against every threat with the superior power of a Kryptonian. Unlike Kal-El, who needed years to absorb energy from the yellow sun, Kara almost awakened her power the moment she set foot on Earth. She absorbed energy at an astonishing rate, making her potential exceptional in certain circumstances. Kara is not only a powerful hero, but also a heart that feels pain. Every time she soars into the sky, it is not just the power of Krypton shining, but also the memory of her lost homeland and the family that sacrificed themselves. Supergirl is not merely a symbol of strength. She is proof that even after the depths of despair, hope can still take flight. Under the light of the yellow sun, that energy does not only shine upon her skin, but penetrates every cell, awakening the Kryptonian legacy dormant in her veins. Kara possesses specialized organs capable of storing solar radiation and converting it into power. Because of this, even when she is no longer standing in sunlight, she can maintain her abilities instead of losing them instantly. And her heat vision, with focused sight, Kara can emit beams of intense heat powerful enough to melt metal or incapacitate enemies. She controls the intensity and range with remarkable precision, turning her eyes into a tool that is both formidable and refined. Her hearing also reaches extraordinary levels. Kara can detect sounds from great distances, from a faint cry in the night to the smallest vibrations in the air. When necessary, she focuses on a specific frequency and filters out all surrounding noise, as if the noisy world had never existed. Kara's observational ability allows her to see nearly the entire electromagnetic spectrum, identifying radio signals, television waves, and other emissions that the human eye cannot perceive. This enables her to detect danger from afar, avoid radar or satellite tracking, and even observe the life energy radiating from every body. When Kara rises into the radiant sky, her eyes do not simply see the world through light, but through the energy of a star. Kara can see through solid, opaque objects as if they did not exist. She can focus this ability to peel away the layers of an object, allowing her to observe hidden images or internal structures. She can perceive specific forms of energy such as X-rays and cosmic rays. Kara can see more clearly in darkness, and to some extent even in complete darkness. Kara can manipulate graviton particles to counteract gravity and achieve flight. This ability ranges from hovering to moving in any posture and in any direction. Her strength is enhanced by yellow solar radiation interacting with the superior density, elasticity, and biological efficiency of her muscles. Her power is not only true physical strength, but also a conscious influence over energy fields, such as moving a mountain peak without causing the rock to shatter under its own weight. Kara can move at incredible speeds through sheer force of will. She can generate hurricane force winds by exhaling from her lungs. She can cool the air as it leaves her lungs to freeze a target. Supergirl can release the solar energy she has absorbed. The energy released is powerful enough to free her from the lasso of truth. Supergirl not only fights to protect Earth, but also engages in battles of cosmic scale. She once fought side by side with the Legion of superheroes, confronting destructive forces such as Darkseid. Returning to the present, Kara continued to throw herself into brutal battles on Earth, facing armies and a dangerous agent of Lex Luthor named Apex. Yet her greatest enemy was not only the villains out there. After months of relentless fighting, Kara was torn apart by survivor's guilt, loneliness, and doubt as she repeatedly fell into situations where she was manipulated. Her heart grew heavy and her spirit stood on the brink of collapse. Being drawn into the violent power of the Red Lantern pushed her even further into turmoil. Only after freeing herself from the Red Ring did Kara rediscover who she was and return to Earth, arriving in time to rescue the victims of Brainiac's energy-draining attack. After that battle, she encountered Red Hood, who asked for her help in dismantling an alien weapons trafficking ring supplying criminal gangs. Not long after, Atrocitus led an invasion of Earth. Kara once again rushed to the front lines, stopping the newly formed Red Lantern Army, while Guy Gardner confronted their leader directly. After everything, Kara later joined the new Justice League lineup alongside Martian Manhunter, Stargirl, Green Arrow, Animal Man, Hawkman, Adam Strange, and many other heroes to face. Infinitus and the looming threats waiting in the shadows. Kara still carries within her a flame that never fades. Though she once doubted herself and was nearly consumed by the darkness of rage, she still chose to rise. Every time she charges into battle, it is not only the duty of a hero, Kara chose what not every hero has the courage to do. She entered a fight to the death with Anti-Monitor, a destructive entity spreading apocalypse across dimensions. Kara fought until her final breath and fell amid a storm of energy, leaving behind a void that could never truly be filled. That death was not the end. Through the scheme of Darkseid, she was brought back from the void. Yet, this resurrection did not carry pure light. It was bound to manipulation and dark calculations. Kara awoke with memories of the moment she was torn from life, of the pain as her body and soul shattered on the battlefield. In her eyes remained the mark of trauma, restless dreams of death, and the feeling of being used. But from that wound, Kara's will became stronger than ever. She understood that the second life she was given was not meant to nurture fear, but to prove that even when manipulated by darkness, the light in her heart could never be extinguished. I truly hope you will subscribe to the channel. It would help us a great deal, and you are the most wonderful person. Thank you very much. Now let us talk about Jane Thor. Jane Foster was originally a devoted doctor who once worked as a nurse for Donald Blake in his private clinic. Tragedy struck when her former husband and her son died in a car accident. Before that pain could fade, Jane discovered that she had breast cancer. Her faith in the gods was shaken violently. She questioned why those powerful beings could not prevent such tragedies. Yet, it was in her darkest period that destiny opened another path. After a trip to Norway, Blake discovered that he was truly the Asgardian god of thunder, Thor Odinson, also known as Thor, and he began fighting injustice as a superhero. When Thor lost his worthiness to lift Mjolnir, the enchanted hammer chose Jane. She became the new Thor, carrying within her the power of thunder and a courage equal to any Asgardian warrior. Later, when she took up Underjarn, she also assumed the role of Valkyrie, guiding souls and facing death with a calm gaze. She proved herself worthy to wield Asgard's hammer Mjolnir and transform into the goddess of thunder. Bearing the title of Thor, she used her new power to protect Asgardia and Midgard, also known as Earth, in a way that only a new Thor could. Her life became intertwined with battles between gods and mortals. Her feelings for Thor were not merely admiration, but a bond of destiny. The divine energy purified the toxins in her blood, unintentionally erasing the effects of chemotherapy. Jane knew she was trading her life to save others, yet she chose to continue. For many months, she fought silently across the 10 realms, earning the respect of allies and the hatred of enemies. When she released Mjolnir to stop Mangog, that very moment proved that Jane Foster did not need the enchanted hammer to be a hero. Her greatest strength did not lie in thunder, but in a heart willing to sacrifice everything for others. even her own life. Jane did not merely assume an ancient title, but also inherited the extraordinary qualities of an Asgardian. Her body, once weakened by illness, became strong enough to lift a car as if it weighed almost nothing. Her speed far surpassed human limits. She could move faster than any elite athlete, maneuvering across the battlefield with precision and decisiveness. Each step carried the presence of a warrior born of legend. Jane's vision was equally remarkable. She could see things concealed by cloaking technology and detect movements too fast for the human eye to follow. More uniquely, she could see the souls of the departed and communicate with them. Jane also possessed the ability to travel between realms. Through sheer will, she could open a path to spiritual domains such as Valhalla and then return to the mortal world. With Mjolnir, it is not merely a hammer. It is a symbol of power inseparably linked to the name of Thor, forged from the legendary metal Uru and imbued with ancient enchantments bestowed by Odin. Mjolnir itself is nearly indestructible. It has endured heat comparable to the core of the sun and survived explosions powerful enough to tear planets apart. The spells surrounding the hammer establish an absolute law of worthiness. Only those recognized as worthy can lift it and access the power of thunder. Beyond Thor. Names who have accomplished this include Beta Ray, Bill, and Captain America. For those who do not meet the standard, Mjolnir is as heavy as fate itself, impossible to move even an inch. When Jane Foster became Thor, she was granted power equal to Odinson. Every swing of the hammer carried thunder. Every summoning of the storm made the sky roar. Captain America once admitted that wielding such power was almost overwhelming, as if holding a living storm in his hands. The true nature of Mjolnir lies not only in raw strength, it is a test of honor and courage. At one point, the enchantment changed to such a degree that even Odin could no longer control it. When Jane Foster grasped Mjolnir, she did not simply hold a weapon, but stepped into the form of Thor. Her mortal body was replaced with the power of an Asgardian goddess. In this state, she possessed immense strength, capable of lifting hundreds of tons without hesitation. She became nearly invulnerable. Jane was immune to disease and infection on Earth. Mystical energies could be released through Mjolnir, forming waves of force that shook the battlefield. She often channeled storms through the hammer, yet Jane herself could also summon pure lightning by will alone. On one occasion, she released electricity from within the body of a frost giant, ending him in an instant. Jane could also teleport between realms, exist in the vacuum of space without assistance, and recover at an accelerated rate thanks to Asgardian physiology. Jane also wielded the Allspeak, allowing her to communicate with all races. Later, she used Underjarn, an all-purpose weapon reforged from the remnants of Mjolnir of Earth 1610, capable of transforming into any weapon at will. In the moment when lightning split the sky, Jane stood as the embodiment of unyielding will. She knew that each transformation was a sacrifice. Yet amid the roar of the storm, her heart never faltered. For Jane, becoming Thor was not merely about power, but a vow to protect life, even at the cost of her own breath. A massive rift tore across the sky. Space trembled like the clash of metal, radiant golden light blending with surging violet-blue lightning. Kara Zor sensed an energy source similar to the sun, yet its pulse echoed like thunder rolling through the universe. Jane Foster, in the form of Thor, recognized an extraterrestrial entity breaking through the boundaries between worlds. Both rushed forward, each believing she was stopping a catastrophe. Supergirl opened with supersonic speed, diving down like an arrow of light. Her punch sent shockwaves through the cloud layers. Jane immediately spun Mjolnir, summoning the storm to gather. Thunder crashed down as the hammer soared through the air like a falling star. Kara twisted aside to evade, countering with an impact that hurled Jane hundreds of meters away. Yet, Asgardian endurance allowed Jane to rise almost instantly, her eyes blazing within the raging tempest. The difference between them gradually became clear. Jane relied on magic and divine power, commanding wind and mystical lightning. Kara fought with speed, muscle, and the solar energy flowing through every cell of her body. When a bolt of divine lightning struck, Kara faltered. Magic acted directly upon Kryptonian physiology, leaving her momentarily stunned. Amid the roar of the storm, Kara realized her opponent was not evil. She tried to speak between attacks, but Jane, whose heart had endured illness and loss, could not take the risk. She had fought cancer, gods, and monsters. She would not allow any threat to pass her. The two clashed evenly. Jane darkened the sky with dense storm clouds. Kara answered with heat vision, piercing through the tempest to track her target. Then, Supergirl soared higher, absorbing additional solar radiation. When she descended at near light speed, the air ignited around her body. She dodged successive lightning strikes and exhaled freezing breath, coating Mjolnir in ice within seconds. Jane tightened her grip and unleashed the God Blast. Divine energy detonated outward, sending Kara crashing through the golden towers of Asgard. The heavens thundered as domes trembled. But beneath sunlight streaming through the rift, Kara recovered swiftly. She used heat vision to superheat Mjolnir, forcing Jane to loosen her hold. Jane attempted to summon the Bifrost to remove her opponent from the battlefield, but Kara shattered the Rainbow Bridge with pure strength. At last, Supergirl pierced through the storm, fully absorbing the light behind her and delivering the decisive blow. Mjolnir cracked. The hammer still stood proud amid the thunder, but Jane was driven back and thrown off balance for a brief moment. In the end, Supergirl was the final victor. I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section. Follow me if you liked it. That is today's video. Thank you very much.